It's obvious that he doesn't know what he's talking about. It's obvious he can't control his mind or his tongue. And what I've suggested, if now, because he's the nominee for the party, and he's entitled to briefings from the CIA, for example, I said publicly, give him fake briefings. Pretend you're briefing. Don't tell him anything that you don't want to get out. And that's how I feel about it. I think that the man is a loose cannon. I think he's done so much to hurt our country with our international relations already.
But as a Republican nominee, isn't he entitled to get those briefings?
Give him fake briefings.
What does that even mean?
It means they'll tell him stuff. He won't know the difference.
You're basically telling the intelligence community to lie to him.
No, I'm not going to lie to you, but I still have to tell you everything.
Did the president involve himself in the Uranium One investigation? Are you trying to gin up your own Russia investigation to rival the one up on Capitol Hill? And where is the president's evidence that Hillary Clinton colluded with the Russians, as he tweeted this morning?
In terms of the president being involved, I'm not aware of any specific involvement. The president has pushed for transparency, if that's what you're referring to when dealing with Congress. I know that's probably something new for a president to actually push for transparency, but that's what he's done, and that was the purpose of what he was trying to do in that process.
How about evidence of collusion? Sarah, no, the president made a charge that Hillary Clinton
I think I've addressed that pretty thoroughly. Mike, go ahead.
So you're saying that Hillary Clinton
I'm saying that I'm calling on your colleague.
Okay, well, you didn't really address that question.
The past affiliated with...
What was your response, Phil Mudd?
A couple surprises. Let me give you one bottom line. As a former government official, government's going to kill this guy. He defends Vladimir Putin. Their State Department and CIA officers are coming home. And at Langley and at Foggy Bottom, CIA and State, they're saying, this is how you defend us?
Phil, before...
In fact, I knew you weren't going to answer our questions today. And I apologize for wasting so much time here because it's really not been very productive. And I asked my staff to count the number of times today you would say I can't answer that question or refuse to give an appropriate response. It's happened 74 times so far. So really, it's either one of two things. Either you're saying that because you want to avoid the appearance of impropriety, in which case you should have recused yourself, or you're trying to protect Hillary Clinton.
Hey, this is Amazon. Okay, now we need to look at the Mueller investigation. What started out as, now it was listed exactly this way. Mueller to investigate Russian 2016 interference in the election. Okay, remember that. That was the scope of his investigation, was to be Russian meddling in the 2016 election. So how did it get from that to Michael Flynn, who it took him a while to register as a foreign agent, but we have, I don't know, probably 30 Democrats, including old Billy Bob himself, that never registered, and 1,000 others. There's at least 1,000 others. That was in a hearing testimony when one of the senators had asked one of the witnesses, I don't know, 3 weeks ago. I have to really rack my brain because I watch all of this stuff all the time, so sometimes I get colluded with a hearing a day before and 2 days later. This has turned into a soap opera. You could make this shit up if you wanted to. But anyway, I remember this guy being questioned by one of the senators, and he said, well, so how many foreign agents have registered with your department? And he didn't have any idea. He didn't know how many did, how many didn't. So they're going to hold Flynn up on this. They're looking for a sacrificial lamb. lamb to condone the Mueller investigation.
Information on Hillary Clinton and her connection to the Russians. The Russian lawyer maintains the meeting was only to discuss the Magnitsky Act. That's the law that imposed U.S. sanctions on Russia for violating human rights. Well, this new email released to Fox News seems to back up Veselnitskaya's story, because she specifically asked the music promoter if she could bring along a lobbyist to the meeting that had already been working with Congress on the Magnitsky Act, writing, and I'm quoting here, "He has invaluable knowledge about the positions held by the members of the Foreign Relations Committee that will be very important to our discussion." And you can bet the Trump campaign will certainly use that email to argue there was no collusion between the campaign and the Russian government.
Issues regarding this purchase. And this was at the same time, correct, or during the same time that your client was already providing information to the FBI?
My client had been providing information for a couple of years before this really got voted on by CPIES. And here's the rub. High-ranking law enforcement officials in the Obama administration knew that there was corruption in this company. And that information about the corruption in this Russian entity never made it to CPIES, evidently because CPIES authorized the purchase in October of 2010.